The consumer price index is what a lot of people use to figure out what the inflation is that we actually feel as consumers. So normal people, not what they feel as far as the big companies building the stuff that we use. So overall, what this is saying is that over the last 12 months, we felt 8.5% of CPI. Now that is a lot. That's a pretty decent amount of inflation, and this number has been changing throughout the last couple of years. There were estimates when it was 11, 13. I mean, it's been all over the place, really. But basically, we'll go through everything that has changed a bit. This is right here is a top quick summary. So it was more or less unchanged. 1.3 is about the average, is what it's saying over here for the last, or since the last report. So here's a little snapshot of what everything looks like as far as in comparison from earlier this year to now. And then they summarize it pretty darn well down here. So I'm going to go through this real quick, but this is going to be up on the screen so that you can read it. If I'm not reading loud enough, just put it on mute, read yourself, whatever you need to do. But for the food index increased 1.1% in July. This was the seventh consecutive month increase of 0.9% or more. The food at home index rose 1.3% in July, as all 6 major grocery stores' food group indexes increased. The index for non-alcohol beverages rose the most, increasing 2.3%. After the index of coffee, which rose 3.5%. So coffee is what we have felt the most, which I drink a lot of coffee, and I have definitely noticed that the coffee prices have been going up. And I won't say that I've noticed it with Starbucks, but some of the other restaurants that I go to, I've seen the prices rise, and when I go to buy my coffee in the store, I've noticed it there as well. So other food at home index has rose 1.8%. And cereal and bakery, dairy related set 1.7%, and then everything else the index for meats, poultry, fish, 0.5% decline from June, and increase of 0.5% on fruits and vegetables for the month. Or sorry, July is what I meant to say for the last one, but for June, for the month for the last one also, or for vegetables and fruits. So, as you're reading forward, this is basically just telling us what has happened over the last 12 months and all that other fun stuff, since the last CPI report. So the food at home index rose 13.1% over the last 12 months, where the food index has increased to 1.1% since July, and again, which is consecutive with the increase of 0.9% or more. I wanted to make sure I said that right. So this is the largest increase since 1979, but as we go down, it is showing that it's coming down since July. Let me go back up to show the chart. That shows it a little bit more clear. So we have July right here. So food at home, if you look right here, food at home, we're at 1.3%. Oh, let me rephrase that. So food at home was showing that it has gone up. It was the food away from home. That is, am I reading this right? Yeah, there we go. 0.7% off of the 0.9%. So where everything was going up month after month for the last few months, now we're starting to see it coming down again. So you can see it was going down a little bit here, but shooting up, and we're starting to see the same thing again. So hopefully this will start coming down, or keep coming down. But what we really want to see is food at home coming down also. I think, and I want to say it says something down here about that. The index for food away from home rose 7.6% over the last year. The index for full service meals rose 8.9% over the last 12 months. The index for limited service meals rose 7.9%. Okay, so food, it looks like it's just saying it's still going up. Maybe it was energy that I'm confusing it with that's looking better. So the energy index fell 4.6% in July after rising 7.5% in June. So if you think about that for a second, we were up 7.5% in June. Now we're down 4.6%. So we're still up overall, but we're down as of the last time. So if we go and look at that in the chart really quick, you can see we were up 4.6 in June. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we're up 10.4 in June, actually, down 7.6 now. So they were talking about the report from May. So the energy is starting to go in the right direction. The energy rose 32.9% in the last 12 months. Gasoline index increased 44% in the span of the last index and rose 75.6%. The index for electricity rose 15.2% in the last 12 months. So yeah, they're going into that electricity now. Does it say anything about electricity up here? No, it does not. Okay, let's look at the chart. So electricity. When we're looking at electricity services, we were up 3.5% in June. We are now at 0.1% increase. So that is a significant decrease from what we were in June. So we're still up overall, but it is coming down. So this is basically why I was thinking in my head when I was tying it to food. Because as I read these things, I try to think how to connect it. So all time less food and energy, or all items less food and energy is what is down below here. And I'll go up to the chart to read that because it does get very wordy under here. But as I was reading the energy costs, I was thinking to myself, at least people are going to be able to afford their energy a little bit easier, so they'll be able to afford their food. Because even when I went into the store to get bread yesterday, the markup on it was just insane compared to what I remember seeing it. So the other things would be some things like new vehicles. So in June we were at 0.6% increase. Now we're at 0.7% increase. Now we're at 0.6% increase. So the new vehicle prices are starting to come down. Used car and trucks, that's where it's a much more significant decrease in the prices. We are at 1.6 in June. We are negative 0.4 in July's reading. So that means that we're actually seeing the prices coming down in used car prices, which I am noticing as I'm even looking myself. I like to keep my nose to the ground or ear to the ground on things like that too. I do like to buy and sell things, and I have noticed that the used car, used motorcycle, trucks, even buses, the prices are coming down, RVs as well. Apparel also, we were up 0.8% in June, we're down 0.1%. So you can see that a lot of things are starting to go in a direction where we're going to be able to afford things a little bit more in the near future, hopefully. So as long as we keep going in this direction, hopefully we're going to be going towards what they were saying when the FOMC met before, which was that we're getting towards a 2.5% inflation overall. So this is a cleaner way of looking at the chart also, or looking at the numbers also if you want to look at it. So there you go. But that's the CPI. That's the general report that came out for today. It is August 10th of 2022. I hope you like that and watch some more of my videos. Here's a clip to some of my shorts that are out there, and thank you for watching.